we go along together in this journey. So, Hack Singapore, also known as Hack SG for easier pronunciation. Sometimes it can be a mouthful, but what we're trying to do here is really key objective, and what Hack Singapore is really all about. The objective of this hackathon is really to look at real-world problems through emerging technologies such as blockchain, no code, and looking at the gaming industry throughout this whole 3 months period. And it's really an avenue for you to test out new innovative ideas, how you can actually contribute and propel Singapore's tech ecosystem forward, while at the same time really looking at developing either your existing skills or to learn new skills, especially in certain aspects that you find interest in, but really not have the opportunity to really start your journey on that. We really hope that Hack Singapore Hackathon will really be an avenue for you, and most importantly is really to build an inclusive community where both tech and non-tech talents will be able to come together and build innovative solutions together, and that's really what we envision Hack SG would be, and that's something that we are all really excited for the journey as well. So how do you start approaching Hack Singapore Hackathon? Basically, there are 3 tracks where you have to choose from. It will be the era of blockchain and trust, the rise of no code and low code, and the future of gaming. These 3 main pillars that you can look at. And after having to select a track, you basically have to select a category that you would like to take part in. Most of you who have actually registered for the hackathon will have been asked this question on which track and category that you are interested to take part in. No worries, that's just an express of interest. If along the way you find, especially after today, if you find that you have a different interest after this session, you will be able to still change it, and don't feel conformed based on the selection that you have made on the registration as well. But the differentiation between the challenge statement and the open hack would be that for challenge statement, there are added parameters where teams will have to consider while tackling the problem and coming up with a solution. It really involves a lot more perspectives, greater skills, and I guess courage to actually attempt it as well. And of course, out of it, the teams will be more highly rewarded for taking on this challenge, and if you happen to be the winner of it as well. The open hack, on the other hand, is really about exploring possibilities, tapping into the innovation side of things, exploring what are some of the options, and putting together what the team in general is good at, and coming up with a solution to make the world a better place. So let me dive in a little bit deeper for the various tracks and their respective categories as well, to give a bit of more perspective as well. For the blockchain and trust track, the challenge statement is really about solving real-world issues in cross-border trade by building a blockchain applications to reduce complexities of trade processes today. As Sinyon have actually mentioned earlier on, Ethereum is currently the main blockchain that they have been utilizing. And the key challenge over here that they're facing is really about the high transaction cost that is incurred during the whole process itself. However, blockchain is really something that they truly believe in, and that's something where it should be the way forward. So the challenge here is really about how you the teams would be able to propose a solution such as Ethereum scaling solutions, such as your layer 2s, exploring the layer 2s within the Ethereum network, or roll-ups, or even alternate chains that Trade Trust team can actually look at for their own processes. And yet at the same time, it's also important to comply with a list of mandatory properties in the guidelines. These information are actually all provided in the participants guide for those who have registered. It can be found in the inbox that has been sent to you the moment you have registered for the hackathon. For those that have not yet registered for this during this opening ceremony itself, I will highly encourage you to register for it to be able to get access to all this information. But generally, the key two items that you should look out for, it's about introducing Ethereum scaling solutions or alternate chains that trade shops can look at, while adhering to a list of mandatory properties that they are looking at as a organization. The open hack, on the other hand, it's really touching more on digital trust, where you have areas like blockchain, AI, and privacy preserving technologies to enable us to build better solutions to engender trust. So in this open hack challenge, basically, we want team to utilize the knowledge of blockchain or trust to demonstrate a solution that would address trust gaps in the digital economy today. A couple of things to get you going in terms of to get started on how you can approach or what kind of solutions you can build. There are options such as privacy-enabled data sharing while ensuring proper governance of data use and AI. The other way, it's enhanced trusted transactions on blockchain. For example, your smart contracts, decentralized transactions, and novel features for trade trust. So these are just examples. These are potential use cases that you can look at, but feel free to explore beyond that as well while you're attempting this track. So for the prizes that are installed for the era of blockchain and trust track, the winner of the challenge statement the team will walk away with $10,000 in Singapore dollars, the hackathon hoodies, and opportunities to meet the team at Trade Trust to further look at how we can leverage on the projects that's been looked at, also to explore possibilities and opportunities with them. The open hack, the winner of the open hack will walk away with $5,000 prize money along with the hackathon hoodies, similarly with networking opportunities as well. So moving on to the rise of no-code, low-code, the no-code, low-code track really targets the more for people from the non-technical side of things. Basically, you're looking at API integrations, how you can leverage on building a application or web application itself to meet to provide a solution to a challenge itself. For the challenge statement, and that's something where we are in partnership with our community partner, which is one of our community partner, Food Bank Singapore, is really to formulate a volunteer to task management system that's all encompassing and streamlines the allocation of volunteers to tasks or activities. It's really about how we can take volunteering to the next level. And as what Nicole have shared earlier on, the volunteers basically forms up a large portion of the organization itself. And it's really about how you can solve traditional problems, such as, but not limited to, matchmaking of the tasks with the volunteer pools that they have, and how you can actually connect the volunteers to tasks more effectively, efficiently as well. So Nicole have shared quite a few other aspects that you can also kind of explore when you are submitting your projects for this track. And that's something that feel free to explore while you're attempting this category as well. For the open hack, on the other hand, it's really about building any no-code solution where more specifically for organizations in the social services sector. The theory here is there are a lot of times where we're working on our own individual projects when we're in our schooling days. You will think that if we had that, it will kind of make the magic happen or make certain tasks that we always wanted to happen to kind of take place. Now with technology growing from day to day and there are a lot of resources around and all, it's really a great opportunity to really look at how you can create different solutions based on the various technologies that's out there. And with no code, it's really very, very minimal coding that's actually required. It's about how you can integrate different functions, different applications together to formulate out a solution for anything that you can think of in that sense. For the team who actually won the challenge statement, you'll be walking away with $6,000 in prize money and a hackathon hoodies. And for the team who won the open hack category, will walk away with 4,000 prize money along with hackathon hoodies as well. So lastly, the future of gaming, one of the more exciting tracks that's out there. The challenge statement here is really about entering a new era of internet, which is what we call a Web 3.0. This challenge statement here is really about looking how we can create a game or gaming feature that involves things such as NFTs, play to earn models, decentralization to onboard users into this cryptographic world. I guess there are a lot of aspects that you can look at when it comes to gaming industry for Web 3.0. And these are just some of the examples that we have put it out there. For those who are a little bit more familiar with the space, you can look at, what are some of the things out there that you feel can be better improved, or what are some of the new ideas that you can really think of while we are looking at some of the more bigger names out there that you're much more familiar, maybe like Sandbox, for example, Excel Infinity. I guess those are some of the examples that you can kind of like make reference from as well while you're approaching it. The open hack, on the other hand, is really about developing a innovative solution for the future of gaming, however way you kind of envision it. The challenge here is really to build things like video games or a gaming tool that can transform the current gaming industries. For example, how you can utilize AR/VR, for example, and some other technologies that are currently present that is not in the Web3 space. This will be something that you can kind of look at while you are approaching the future of gaming track and the open hack category. Similar to No Code, Low Code, the winner of challenge statement will be walking away with $6,000 in cash and hackathon hoodies. And for open hack winner, you'll be walking away with $4,000 prize money and hackathon hoodies as well. So for each of the submissions, there will definitely be a pool of judges, which will be announced later in the hackathon itself. But basically, all teams should be aware that your submissions are being assessed by 4 key criteria, and each of them have equal weightage, and that sums up to 20 points in total. First of all, it's definitely the design of the solution. What is the user interface and user experience of this, whether it has been completely well thought out of when you're working on the project itself. The next criteria would be the technical complexity. Whether or not it's sophisticated in terms of the technical aspect, or the extent of which is technically impressive. The next part will be the feasibility. It's looking at how adaptable the whole solution would be across varied levels of technical backgrounds, along with whether or not it really addresses the respective problem statements that you're looking at, be it the challenge statement or the open hack. And lastly, of course, is creativity, whether this is something that demonstrates the innovative thinking of the team and marked against things that are currently available out there. Is this actually a unique idea? Is this a unique solution as well? Okay. While you're preparing